Hey, it's Tuesday where I do something that's not model kit building, and I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes, and if you feel like being a lurker, you can just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. I'm going to load up PowerWash. Hey, Lashbrook's here. Welcome, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. I'm going to load up PowerWash Simulator 2 because I started a little late today, so I do want to get into it. I am going to be running the last 2 jobs in the Star Wars pack. And then probably before the stream ends, we'll go and look at the 2 jobs that I didn't show on stream because I only did the first 2. Every job except the 5th job seems to just take fucking forever. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like every job took fucking hours to do. Let's go to the camera feed here. Here's the camera feed, and then I can, I don't know. I don't know where I want to put myself. There, that's fine. Because remember, we don't want to block the text, but I don't mind blocking if I'm standing up or not. Oh, cats are meowing. Okay, so we can do this. We did the Lars Homestead, big job. We did the Mos Eisley Cantina, didn't finish it on stream, but I got pretty far. Pretty big job. The AT-AT was a very large job. And then the Superstar Destroyer Bridge wasn't necessarily that big, but it was layered in an interesting way. The AT-AT, I know that I say AT-AT when I'm supposed to say AT-AT because that's what it is, but I learned it as AT-AT, and I'm human and I fail sometimes. But I try to say AT-AT. And then the Superstar Destroyer Bridge, well, again, layered. This one was just kind of a pain in my fucking ass, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest with you, this one wasn't fun to power wash. Rain says, remember the SNL joke of every low-level soldier in Star Destroyer that Kylo Ren escaped from in because he would just kill them, make a mess? I feel like there should be a power wash stage for that. Yeah, you don't really see in Power Wash Simulator references to, it's not Crime Scene Cleanup Simulator, which is a video game. It's not that. So I think they kind of trend away from that, but I hear what you're saying. All right, so we did all those. It's time to work on the X-Wing fight and X-Wing. I have started this job, but we will continue to work on it. But I feel you. I hear what you're saying. All right, we're loaded in there. This is a cool fucking stage. This is cool. Now, we can't go too far. It will stop me here. Yeah, it stopped me here. But this is fucking dope. It's cool to look at all this stuff. Cool to see out there. We want to clean this one particular ship. So we will do that. We are going to have to get low and get underneath it. Yeah, I think the ship just got muddy from the atmosphere, and I imagine the inside of a spaceship can get pretty dusty and grimy. Fuel, hey, when fuel burns, it does make, it does have residue, so. And most fuel, not all fuels, but most fuel. So yeah, so we're just gonna clean the shit out of this Star Destroyer here. Yes, Dagobah, indeed. So let's clean this thing. We're just gonna, as folks that have watched my Power Wash Simulator streams before have seen, sometimes I lock in on an area, and sometimes I just start going like power washing whatever, and then I'll like come back and give it a fine cleaning later. But sometimes I just want to finish washing a thing and get the dings. You don't want the dings sometimes. you know, we'll get it cleaned. There is an R2. I did clean that. That was part of the 16% that I did before the stream started here, or before I started this. All right, we go. Yeah. Our R2A3 is already cleaned. I've cleaned the R2. And R2 is making appropriate noises for the fact that I'm here standing on it. Cleaning stuff. This is not a good equipment for my favorite, new thing in this game, which is a shame. And then it's a shame that I don't get to use this, because I guess I can do it, but it's not the right tool for the job. So we'll switch to the things I know are good. My right shoulder is currently annoying me. I did take some leave, so hopefully that'll help out. So if you see me start to have my arm sputter a little bit there at any point, it is because of a shooting pain in my shoulder. I had a task to do today, a manual outdoor task that I did do well, but unfortunately I did strain myself a bit. It was gutter cleaning day. The gutters were deep overdue for a proper clean, and that was my duty, was to do that, which I did. But that has led to my back. Yes, yeah. It wasn't. Unfortunately, it wasn't power washing. It was just climbing, setting up ladders, climbing ladders. I did clean. It just wasn't a power cleaning, but I did do that. So that was good to get that stuff done. Well, you know what? I can do it here. I realized I can do the wings with the cool floor cleaner. We can treat the wings like they're a floor. That's fun. But yeah, I was going up and down ladders and moving around and cleaning stuff out. Also, the exhaust vent for dust and stuff, and lint for the most houses have this. Not every house. Most houses have. Your dryer has a tube that goes to a vent, and then it exhales the stuff out and goes out of your house. We have one of those, and I didn't realize it until today, looking at it closely, that, oh, hey, turns out a bird was shoving stuff in there, trying to make a nest in there, probably because, it's warm. So I had to go in there and clean all that stuff out. And I was surprised that was a thing that needed me to do, that I needed to do. I was definitely like, oh, shit, I got to get in there and clean that gunk out of there. We had professionals blow that whole thing out, so that's good in the past, taking care of business that way. But I was like, oh, I still need to get in there and get some stuff done. Can't have baby birds growing in my in the vents. I'd prefer not to have that, I'll say. All right, let's get this all nice and clean here. Go along here. We're overspraying, which is good because it means we're doing a little bit of work on the other end there. We just literally cleaned something that we weren't even intending to clean, which is a nice bit of business. Good work if you can get it. Oh. And we do have phaser noises, and I'll let you know, friends, has not gotten old. The fact that sometimes you just hear the phaser sounds like that doesn't get old. Still really like it. Still a big fan of that. Still a very strong and good choice on the developers to do that. The fact that all of these stages are very long, like this, I think is probably the smallest job of any of them, and that still feels weird. I think the homestead could have been a smaller job, I think. And I understand saying that, oh, the thing you paid for, Pat, don't you want you want your money's worth? And it's like, yeah, I certainly do want it to feel like I'm getting my money's worth of things, but at the same time, I do think that so many jobs that are overwhelming can be frustrating. General opinion on that. Oh, too close to that. The back spray. We're going over here. Oh, looks like we get some message. It's Wedge! Wedge is letting us know what's up. I mean, Wedge isn't really talking to us, I don't think, but whatever. Hell yeah. You do you, Wedge. We're going to clean this thing up nice for you. Make this look real good for anybody that... Whoever's taking it out for a stroll. We're going to get it look real nice. All right. And we'll get it down under here. Oh, many things to clean under here. But yeah, we're already at 69%. Nice. So we'll have plenty of time to clean the last job, which I won't say what it is, but, you know, we haven't cleaned it yet. And you'd think there's one particular thing that when you think Star Wars, you probably think, oh yeah, you'd clean that, right? So we'll get there. Power washing all this stuff, getting it nice and clean. Stand up over here. We'll crouch down again later. Get this out of here. Got some good dings going. Sand everywhere, indeed. Yes, we're gonna Tatooine and power wash all the sand off of all the houses. Good jumping sound for our power wash droid here. Okay, get over there. I'll say this is probably the most I've interacted with a Star Wars thing in a very long time, because I'm not big on the shows per se. But I have been having for this. Yes, I am looking for a droid that cleans, and I have found what I'm looking for, which is a droid that cleans. All right. We're now down to just a few things here left to do. But yeah, I mean, like, I watched Andor. Like, I have engaged with some of the Star Wars things, but I did not see Mandalorian Grogu the movie. Did not check out that movie. Did not have a real desire to see that. Eventually I might. I don't know. I don't think I saw, like, you know, there's some Star Wars stuff that I just haven't really engaged with too much. I didn't finish Acolyte. There's some stuff that I just haven't, like, dived into. All right, I got to get on a stool or something for that. So let me get my stool here. Put that there. I just need to get a little taller. All right, pardon me. Here we go. Oh, B. That's F. Oh, that. There we go. I probably want to use the short stool, but whatever, I don't care. There we go, got that done. We didn't get this done, but... Oh, there's some stuff over there we could do. Gotta crawl way... Oh, shoot. There's a whole bunch of stuff under here I didn't get to yet. There you go. That'll explain it. There's your problem. Well, I do have to get in there, too. Get all that there. Nicest paint job I've ever seen on them, yeah. Years ago, you went to Clone Wars, yeah. Yes. A More Civilized Age is a fine podcast that I would like at some point to dive back into. But it is a thing where I'm just like, they did get me to watch some of the Clone Wars cartoon, the CGI Clone Wars cartoon, not not the original Clone Wars cartoon stuff, which I had seen previously. I also haven't seen. I have not seen any of the anime stuff. The Visions. Yeah, not the Gendy one. The Gendy one is phenomenal, of course. But yeah, I haven't really engaged with the Clone Wars like that. And then also, I have not seen any of the Vision stuff. And studios that I really like have worked on some of the Visions. So I would like to check that out at some point, because some people, yeah, there's been some creators that I enjoy. Have worked on that one, so I'm like, oh, I could probably check that out. All right, I gotta get in deep on that. We'll go down here. We'll do this first. Okay, I got that done. Got that done here. Nooks and crannies to do around here. All right, did I get all in there? Nope. I get it all in there? Yeah, okay, looks like I did. I just have to get stool. That's what I want, is this stool. Alright, let's get in here. Oh yeah. Parkour. Alright. What else do I need to clean? There's something down here. Oh, this isn't done. Okay. Oh, yeah. That was definitely not done. Okay, that's done now. All right. So what else we got? Not the nose cone, but something up there. Oh, this needs to get done. Okay. What part of this? Oh. The nose cone sensor window. And then there's something over here. Oh. Oh, over in here. Okay. Oh. I should just hit the tab button and kind of look around. See if I can see anything before I start really hunting and pecking. Whoops. Oh, over here. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't even notice. I hadn't gotten in there good enough. All right, we got the rear fuselage and the upper turbo. I said the uppo. Real dumb of me. Okay. I don't know what these are, so they'll tell me. Oh, and there. I see you. Oh yeah, I really didn't get that one. Let me go and get... Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. And climb. Whoops. I want to climb this ladder, not bounce off of it. There we go. Oops. Where are you dirty? Oh, there you are. Oh shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As soon as we're done, they're like, all right, I'm out. I'm clean now. I can go. That rules. Oh, is it waiting for me to not be behind it? Oh, no. Oh, of course. It opened up its wings. I didn't even notice that. Of course. The job isn't done. We're at 81%. The inside of the wings need cleaning. That makes sense. It's a two-stage job. These happen occasionally in PowerWash Simulator, and it's really cool when it does. Although, there we go. This is cool shit. I thought it was taken off, and I was like, wait, we're not done with the job. No, but we had to do this. 19% of it wasn't done, and that was here. I could get in there with the floor cleaner. Maybe I'll do that on the other one. Whoops. Wrong button. There we go. Get in and let's get in here. Crawl in here. Do these panels. Tight crawl. Oh, nope. Can't. They don't want me to get in like that. Go in here. Yeah, occasionally in one and like maybe like very little in two, there are jobs where you have to like open a door and then go inside the room and then close that door again because you got to clean the outside of the doors. Like they have been instances of that, which is cool. Okay, so I think that's all done, but I can't get really in there easy. So let's do that. Pick up this. See if we can get in there from the front. If we go over here, like this. Okay. Nope. F. There we go. Oh. There we go. There, we got it. All right, let's do the other wing. And then let's do the floor cleaner. And then make sure we're getting big here, and there you go. Okay. Hey, Lord Crashington. I'm doing some cleaning here. We got to clean this X-wing. This X-wing wasn't originally had its wings open. Turned out, got to get in there and clean these wings. Nice little second stage part of the cleaning. I thought it was hovering to take off, and then it didn't go anywhere. And it was like, oh yeah, the job's not done. Okay. Clean this down here. Clean all that. Clean all this stuff here. Turn around, do like this. Do. Okay, almost done with this job. Yeah, this is just an X-wing that we had to clean. All right, lower S-foil, inner wing electronics panel, and upper wing. So it's the electronics panels in here are the last things we gotta do. Well, Wedge is giving us information, but I don't know if this is Wedge's X-wing or just an X-wing that and Wedge happened to be talking to us while we were working. I'm not sure. Okay. Wait. Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. Oh. Nope, come on. Nope, doesn't want me to parkour like I would like to parkour. There we go, and then... Oh, it's over here. Gross under here. There we go. And then... It's gonna take off. Hell yeah. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye. And then we can see... Yeah, so I guess that was Wedge's X-Wing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Good luck to you, Wedge. I mean, it had to be the last job, right? Like, it had to be. Like I said, at the beginning of the stream, if we do finish the Falcon in the rest of the time we have together, which is a good amount of time, it's a good chunk of time. If we do finish that, then I will go and show you the other jobs that I completed off stream, the AT-AT and the Superstar Destroyer bridge. I'll at least show you a little bit of that. But yeah, I think the Falcon is probably going to be our big job here. Wait, let me just tab back here, make sure. Yeah, Millennium Falcon. Yeah, this will be probably the last things we do here. Because every job was long. Every job was very long. We did a job over there, and they're like, hey, go back over here. Boost. Okay, yeah, this is going to be the rest of the stream. Jesus. 1 out of 6 jobs was, like, pretty short and straightforward. And every other job is just, like, the biggest fucking thing. And that's cool, except I do, like, a little variety in my jobs. Like, this is just like a city. We're just cleaning a big fucking city here. It's just fucking enormous. This is such a fucking huge job. Where we're, you know, it's like... Yes. It does make sense that they're always having a fucking nightmare with this thing. Because it's so goddamn big and bulky. Yeah. Now, I do know that if I was doing multiplayer with people, that this would be a different story. Because then you just, like, you know, you get 6 people in here. This job would obviously take a while even with 6 people. But you could divide and conquer if you were doing something like that. But in the Star Wars fiction, I should say, in the fiction of PowerWash Simulator, the idea that you're just like one person or a droid and you can have your debate on autonomy and all of that. Some droids seem to be people, and some droids seem to not be people. It is what it is. But one person doing all of this feels like overkill. It feels rude. Some people seem to not be people, yes. But we'll just say person. Because also, in Power... You know, obviously all of these are non-canon events. But in the Wallace and Gromit, you are a cleaning robot. And you do not necessarily have autonomy. But, you know, it is what it is. But I think this and Wallace and Gromit are the only packs where you are not a human person, I want to say. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. And feel free to let me know if I am. I do like the Lara Croft one. You're just a guy that got hired by the butler to go clean some stuff. And it's just like, oh yeah, you're just sick of cleaning this shit? Okay, I hear you. Sounds good. Oh. And then what was I thinking of? The Back to the Future. Even though the DeLorean apparently does work and it can fly through space, you are still a power washer over many years, getting hired by a person who has, over the course of the 3 movies, moved up in the world, which is fun. That's a fun bit of business. I like that. Rain, I am sure that top starboard bow electric component and the top starboard bow deflector shield casing are all things that are from a Bible, from the pages of the Bible, the Star Wars, universe. Like the section on this, like Star Wars does not fuck around with this stuff. Even with the Disney acquisition, they still don't mess around with that stuff because I don't know if y'all know this. You know what? It may never have happened to you in your day-to-day. I mean, you may not have ever approached this stuff. Star Wars fans are very detail-oriented and annoying as shit. They are unbelievably really annoying. Star Trek would be great because you could do any kind of fantasy thing and then just have it once you're done cleaning it, have it disappear, and then it was just you were in the it was just a holotape. Yeah, it was just we're just in the holodeck having fun. We finished this. We finished the boat from that one holodeck thing. And now we can move on with our lives. But yeah, Star Trek would be pretty fun. Obviously, you got to clean some shuttles. I would say the Enterprise is probably too big to clean, in my opinion. But I think the Defiant would be a fine ship to clean. A Runabout, perhaps. You're inside the Enterprise, but you're not going to clean the full Enterprise. Yes, the boat where they're cosplaying, yes. But yeah, there'd be some stuff to clean. I can imagine a world where Quark and Nog are arguing in the chat while you do your work, cleaning up something or other. Somebody spilled. You know what? Somebody could make a mess in 10 forward, and Guinan is just fucking PO'd, and so you get called in to clean that up. There are messes on ships, Oh yes, the dirty simulator, yeah. The mess simulator. I'm just gonna do what I can on this thing because we're at 4% so far. So I am just going to clean surfaces and then see what else I can do. I am going to just try to do the floor cleaner as much as I can here because so much of this job is going to be sit low underneath this thing cleaning up, and there'll be no good view. So at least we can look at some of the top stuff here. Of course, I have built I've never built a model kit of the Millennium Falcon, plastic model kit. I have built some Star Wars stuff in Bandai model kits. They have been fun builds. And of course, I've done many a Star Wars Lego, including 2 different Millennium Falcons that I have built. Actually, I'm sorry, 3, because I built that one really cute little one as well, the little keychain one. So I've built 3 Millennium Falcons over the years in Lego. And now I've cleaned it. So this is technically speaking, this is the first Star Wars game that I've ever streamed. Because I would have had no reason to stream another Star Wars game. Maybe There has been talk over the years. People have asked me why I've never done a like a Lego Star Wars or something, because I really haven't done any Lego video games. I did that one puzzle game that pissed me off because one of those puzzles was very bad, and then I did do some Lego Fortnite stuff. It's the only Fortnite I've ever done on stream. But yeah, I just the Telltale Lego games, or not, yeah, whatever. The Lego games, not Telltale, whatever. The company that does that, that's not Telltale, but it's similar in the name. They just never appealed to me. Those games never really did it for me, so never really interested in playing any of them. Lego Island, yes, I have followed Matty C. I believe that is his name. I have followed the many people that have been working on the decompile and reverse engineering of the Lego Island, which I was never particularly into. Just I just never played it, and so I hold no nostalgia for that game, but I do respect the effort of people trying to make it work in a modern context. So I do respect the hustle, even if like that's not a thing that hits me in the like nostalgia port where I'm like, oh yeah. I can drink some water. Pardon me. I think my voice is basically back from Sunday, singing songs and singing along with stuff, and also just like, hey, talking in a loud bar area, even in the back room where the back room has all of the karaoke, like that. Just my voice does not enjoy that particular environment. I'm much more at peace at like a board game or tabletop game bar these days than I am at a loud bar, even if it is for the monthly karaoke, which I do want to do every month that I can. If I'm available, I go to karaoke brunch. PowerWash Simulator does not have any music. The music is just there is background noise, and then there's the washer, where there is not like tunes that play in the background. No. That's why many people call both the first game and this game, the sequel, many people refer to this as a podcast game. It is a very good podcast game because you can kind of turn down the sound effects even lower than I have them if you want, and then just put on a podcast and, you know, get or a long, you know, video essay on YouTube and just enjoy. That is often how I play, is I will have some video on one of my other monitors while I am going to town on something. In this case, obviously, some Star Wars stuff. I mentioned this in the pre-show, but my hope is that the next time they put out a free map, you know, probably in the fall, my hope is that I can stream that, and then also the bowling alley, which I've done. I finished the bowling alley, but it came out right before this did, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to stream that part, but I'll probably show it off with the next map when that comes out. But I always like to show the free maps because sometimes the game is on sale when those maps come out sometimes, or people were just like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to get that game. I just hadn't. So then suddenly that's the good reminder to people to get it. And I know some folks aren't not interested even in power washing Star Wars stuff. So this was not, for some folks, this was not a hit. Also, it was more expensive. And so I can understand people not being into that completely. I totally understand. I have requested codes for both PowerWash Simulator 2 and every expansion and every pack that wasn't free for the first game, and never gotten it, and that's okay. Nobody needs to be giving me codes for things. I wish they would, but Because PowerWash Simulator 1, I bought in early access. So, and was happy to. And I'm always happy to support this studio and play these games. And I get a lot of, I get a lot out of them. But yes, if I could get a code for one of these packs, it would help. Even though the Adventure Time pack had that treehouse, which was a big job and annoying because the ways the trees were, and you had to like climb inside of stuff to clean it. Even with that being a pretty disappointing map, I still think I like the Adventure Time pack better than the Star Wars pack. I think the variety is just way better, and I think the text was funny and fun. I like the jobs in Adventure Time, in the Adventure Time pack, I think more than I like these jobs, personally. But no matter what, it's still better than, I think, the weakest pack in PowerWash Simulator, the Alice in Wonderland pack. I think that was just kind of weak and not that interesting. So this is better than that, I'll say. And I think maybe the best one is still Back to the Future. That Back to the Future was really fun. I think everything you cleaned in there was cool. The interactive stuff I thought was excellent. Yeah, I just think that's the best pack. The Wallace and Gromit pack is high up there because while I am not the biggest diehard Wallace and Gromit fan, I am personally a fan of this British studio making very British-ass choices with the kind of packs they do. The Alice in Wonderland pack had the best art. Yeah, I guess I would agree, Lord Crash, that the Alice in Wonder pack, Land pack, they were definitely like, kind of showing off. And I did appreciate that. I just didn't find the actual things that you were washing that interesting. And as I said, I'm not the biggest Shrek fan either, but I think the Shrek pack was like a good honoring of that. Of the movies and such. So I was like, oh, that's, this is at least like they seem to get it. So I appreciate that. But the Wallace and Gromit pack is incredible because it's like, one, very true to the series. They know the series and they get it. And two, weird that it exists. It's just weird that it exists, and I think that's great. J-Train says the worst map was the gnome fountain with the base washer. Yes, and the fact that gnome fountain bugged out on me 2 different times. And also I don't know why they did that with some of the bonus maps. Some of the bonus maps they had where you couldn't use the equipment that you had to use special equipment or like worse equipment. And it's just like, why? Why are you doing this to me? And yes, Lord Crashing, you did clean on the moon, a moon base in Wallace and Gromit. I think the Wallace and Gromit map is just so fun and lively and cool. And they're like, well, we got some gadgets for you to clean, which is very in keeping with the show. We'll just have you do all of them like in the garden. And it's just like, hell yeah, let me do that. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's probably my favorite. You downloaded a mod that let you use any washer. Yeah, I guess that would have been the way to do the gnome fountain, was to just mod my game. I have not modded PowerWash Simulator 1 or 2, but I know there's some stuff out there you can do if you wanted to. Just never felt the need. I mod a lot of games, and I was like, I can keep this one pure. Also because, like, some people, I know for a fact that some folks, like when I do my first of a pack, there are some folks that have like, oh yeah, I watched your stream and then decided if I was going to get the pack or not. So, I want to give them the full, true experience. Yeah. I have, like I said, I haven't really looked to see what's in the mod scene for this kind of stuff. That might be fun. When the game's, like, done, right? Like, when they're like, this was the last pack, or this was the last map for it, then maybe I would go in and kind of mess around with some mods and see what's going on there, but It's probably just like bring any washer into any map. Here's unlimited money or whatever, you know. Maybe some people are like figuring out new like they're trying to import objects to clean or whatever in your base. Add more cats. That would be a good mod. If they could add more, just duplicate the cats. That'd be good and dumb. All right, we're just cleaning here. But yeah, after the stream is done, you know, when I decide in a couple days that I want to go and finish this big job, I'll have a podcast on, listen to some tunes or something going on. Probably just getting caught up on some podcasts. I'm behind in a couple things, so get caught up. Mm-hmm. Get caught up on We Got This. The We Got This podcast, which you don't really have to listen to every week. It is a objective answers to subjective questions, like of what is better. That's a good podcast. Good-ass podcast. Mark and Hal. But I'm like way behind on that podcast. I think I have like 4 or 5 episodes to get caught up on. But they're usually like a half an hour to 40 minutes, so they're easy to get caught up on. Opinions on a podcast? I don't know. It's a third question. I hear you. Yeah, most podcasts aren't highly opinionated and in a comedic nature. But this one happens to be. It's kind of weird. Stop me if you've heard of this before. 2 white guys who are middle-aged now, but they weren't middle-aged when the podcast started. They have a comedic take on being opinionated about things, sometimes things they don't actually really care about. If I wanted to be as reductive as fucking possible about a podcast that I like and I brought up in conversation. Oh, hold on. Sorry. My cable to charge my phone charging cable was falling and hitting my leg. And I was confused and weirded out there. There we go. I couldn't, for whatever reason, that bit of dirt wouldn't clean. So now I can just do this. Get in there. Do all this. We're at 15%. It feels like we've been doing this for 3 hours. We haven't, but feels like we were really going at this one. And again, I know we haven't. Makes sense that the Millennium Falcon is big, but goddamn, the Millennium Falcon is fucking big. They really should have had you clean the inside. You know Han never has. Yeah. Maybe. You know, cleaning the bridge or something, you know, there's something. There's probably something there. But nope, we didn't get that. Phaser noises when you start power washing, still cool. Still good and cool. Still excellent. Still a great choice. Nailed it with that one. I would say the one thing that this game hasn't had, this expansion pack didn't have that maybe I would have liked is, look, it would have been a small little part of a job. I don't know what job it would have been. I don't know where you cram it in, but I would have liked to power wash a lightsaber. And then once it's clean, the beam comes out. You know what I mean? I think that would have been neat, and we didn't get that. We didn't get to clean a, there we go. We didn't get to clean a lightsaber, and that's a bummer. then it goes off in your face. No! It doesn't go off in your face. It's just you're respectful and it looks neat and you're like, hell yeah, thank you so much for... We got to clean that. And they're like, thanks for cleaning this. Alright. I think we got everything with this sensor dish here. I think we did. Whatever. If we didn't, we'll come back later. Mm-hmm. Do. Top port side armor plating. Get some of these hoses cleaned off here. Important. I don't know why you have these hoses on the outside exposed like this, but whatever. What do I know? This ain't my job. I'm not building spaceships. Or piloting them either. I'm just power washing. Doing that part of the job. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm sure they always had issues with, they always had issues with the maintenance costs and docking fees and all that, and they just compile and compile and compile. Oops, and we fell off. It goes to show you how big this freaking thing is that I only fallen off of the Millennium Falcon once so far. Because normally when I'm cleaning something big like this, I fall all the goddamn time. Alright, can we get here? We could. We did it. We could and we did. Alright, so... I assume the part here that we haven't cleaned is like some crevice we haven't seen. Because I looking at this, I'm like, I don't know what part. My assumption is that I gotta like clean the side of this over here somewhere, and that's why this is not done. But I don't know. Looking at this, we should be clean on it, but, or not. Oh, do I have to go under here? Is that why? Oh, shoot, I gotta get in there. How do I get in there? I'm already crouched down as much as I can. We're gonna have to go to this. Oh yeah, there's like gunk under here, but I have no idea how to... Oh, I can get this... I have to get like this low? Oh, this sucks. Can I see... Whatever. I'm not gonna get whatever is left. All I can do down here, maybe. Whatever, I'll find it later. I'll find that bit of dirt I'm missing later and get it done then. I'll just go to another section here. That's a future Pat problem. There's still so much left of this to power wash. And like I said, we will go and check out the other jobs that I had completed on my own towards the end of the stream. Quad lasers. Why don't they make all the lasers quad lasers? Why are there single lasers? Okay, get this cleaned here. Okay. Get this thing cleaned here. Get that done. It's been a while since we heard a ding, so that felt good. Feels good when you can get a ding in. Oh, one of the old dingers. Okay. At least there's plenty of surfaces for the new cleaner that I like using. That's good. It's good, good, good. Plenty of use out of this thing, which I, again, enjoy making use of. All right, Han. I hit 20%. Now Han Solo's just like, hey, don't fuck this up. Yeah, I won't scratch it. Everything's cool. I'm going to dump a lot of water on this. Oh, Lando hired us? Nice. Now, let's see if I can clean this whole section without falling off. That would be great. If I could get this entire section done without falling to my... not doom, but wasting my goddamn time. Yes, I believe that's accurate, Lord Crashington. But I don't know for sure. I'll admit, I don't often pay the most attention to text message stuff. Sometimes I do, but not always. Okay. All right. Okay, clean this here. Shoulders messed up. I'm going to do a lot of stretches tonight because I can feel it in my back as well. My lower back has definitely been bothering me as well today. So I can feel it. I'm going to have to do lots of stretches tonight. Try to get everything nice and limber before I go to sleep because then it's just going to tighten up and I'm going to be real miserable otherwise. Take a long hot shower and just kind of get everything loosened up after. Oh yeah, got that done. Nice. Wash, 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 wash. Wash, 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 wash. Okay. That cleaned. Clean this here. Ah, just relaxing. Dirt goes away. Okay. Drink a little water here. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Hope this is cleaning up pretty nice. That's good. Whoops, and we fell. Okay. God, we haven't even finished the top of this yet. Jesus. All right. Okay. Still cool. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Hell yeah. All looking good over here. Getting our asymmetrical cockpit cleaned up here. It's good. Doing our best. Alright, that's probably all we can do on this side here. Oh. Spots here and there. Once again, let's try not to fall off the ledge here. Let's do the best we can. We're here. There we go. Good. Got that section done. Yeah, we'll probably have to get on the side to finish this one piece up here, which we're not going to do today. That's for me to do later. It's also going to be annoying to finish this job when there's like 3 jobs left, you know, 3 tasks left, I should say, and I'm like, it feels like the character will be like running a mile to try to find some weird little corner of a thing that I just missed. But it'll feel good when it's done. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Guess I can do the old walk instead of the back and forth clean. All right, we can get that clean there. Can only go so much farther before you just fall off the thing. So we'll do from here and see what we can get job done. We've done 29% of the Millennium Falcon. That's pretty good. That feels pretty all right. Oh. I feel like I need topics to discuss in Power Wash Simulator, because eventually it's just, yep, and now I'm power washing. But I don't know. I don't really have anything. Just vibe. We'll just vibe. You know? There we go. Got that cleaned. For me. Oops. Okay. Get this all nice and clean. Whoops. There's stuff down here I didn't even notice. There's a rim to clean. Didn't even see that. Yeah, Lord Crash, you said I knew somebody was gonna say it. Yeah. It's a rim job. Clean the rim of it, so it's a rim job. I see it. I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Whoop. Oh, that won't get cleaned. The floor won't clean that over there. That's caked in. Baked on bullshit. Okay. Well, we'll clean what we can, and then we'll get the spray to do the rest. And then... There we go. That'll take care of that. Nice and easy. Caked on laser soot. Okay. Oh, more like an outer rim job. Because it's the outer rim. Yes. I do get it. I do get it, Rain. I get what I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yes. Indeed. Yes. Like bounty hunters, indeed, yeah. Oh boy, this whole section. This is not going to be the best, my favorite. But we'll do over here. Okay. Do. Whoop. Going too fast, probably. Okay. Oh yeah, 32%. Making progress of some sort. Okay. All right. Eventually we'll go and do some of the underneath just to get a, you know, change of scenery. But I can probably get this section done, so I can do that. Okay. Okay, got that done. Okay. So this side I'm just going to do, I'm going to like go along here and do everything I can from this angle and then just move a little bit and do the rest from another angle. Like that. Now I can do this side here. Oh, we'll finish that up. Great. And I don't want to do this part of the job, so instead we look up as we fall down, and then we end up on some machines. Yeah, this is going to be a lot. This is a big job. So we just find something to clean and clean it. Let's do the lower quad lasers. We've done the upper quad lasers. Now we can clean the lower quad lasers. Great, we got that cleaned. Get the falcon feet done here, or at least some of the falcon feet. There, we got that done. That's good. Okay. Do-do. Okay. Sled's cleaned here. All right. We're almost done with all the feet. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do. Hmm. Oh, there we go. One more of the of our landing here, and then we're done with that part of the build. I'm gonna lean back in my chair a little bit here, just a little bit, because my back is bothering me. I gotta do some stretches tonight. Try not to just read manga on my iPad in a weird sitting position, which was my plan for tonight. Before I realized that I had I need a good stretch and to fix what's going on with me. Adjust anyway, not really say fix, but take care of myself a little bit. But the plan was to just get caught up on this manga that was on K Manga that I was like interested in. It's a story that I'm gonna read. Let me find the name here. Hold on, I can't remember the name. I just started reading it. I had read like a first couple chapters of it, and now like a lot more out. Camp Master Extraordinaire is the name of it. It is as you might guess, an isekai about someone that has the unique skill of Camp Master, and gets banished because his father doesn't know what the fuck that means, and it's not an offensive magic, so it must suck. But obviously, it doesn't. But yeah, I started reading that. It's fun. Oh, Lando. What a charmer. Alright, I'm just going to pick some random stuff to clean down here. And we'll just cut through it. The fact that we got 40% on this job so far, I'm impressed with, considering how big the job is. So that's nice. There's still stuff up top that I didn't do, and But a lot of the stuff that's going to be annoying here is basically everything that's like on the side that I can't get, like, because I can extend and kind of get this stuff, but I'm not going to be able to get into all the crevices, and there are going to be times where I'm going to need to be above that, you know, because there's lips of stuff to clean. So I'm not going to be able to do it too well without being on scaffolding or the people mover thing or ladders. So I can do a bunch of this like this, but I'm not going to be able to like finish a section without being able to get up close and personal. Which is fine, but it'll just take a long time. All right. Let's see if I can climb up some of this here. Yeah, like, whoop. Those ladders look kind of cool. Yeah, it's going to be all this stuff here that I can kind of do, but got to be pretty close to get into all the stuff. You got to be both low and high to get like all of the lips and all of the various layers, all of the fold overs and stuff, and ledges and all that. You can see there when I tab, there's just like a lot of shit that like I'm not going to be able to get without getting up close to it. But I can get this stuff done, at least. There, that makes me feel good. I think that's almost all of the cockpit stuff, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just about all the cockpit, so that's neat. But from here I can do a bunch of this stuff and make my life easier later when I have to go in and do the... Whoop, whoop, and I fell. Oh yes, I gotta get all that this direction too. Good to get some dings in. All right. Oh, a bunch of hoses in there to clean. That's nice. I think I got everything that was in there. Nice. All right. Okay. Lots of nice little dings there. I love to hear it. Okay. Okay, we did all the landing gear outside of that. I don't know what else to do here. Do this stuff here. Just kind of clean whatever. Halfway done with this job. Nice. No, I can jump on here. I wonder, can I get... Nope. Let me run to one of these ladders and see if that'll work, maybe. Picking up a ladder. Of course, we can do that. We can do that. Can I do a ladder back here? Will you let me put a ladder around here? No, I can't put a ladder anywhere around here. That's really frustrating. This ladder is just for the front of the Millennium Falcon only. I can't put a ladder back there. That's really annoying. But I can put it there. Alright, fine. I'm gonna take this back here. I just want to... I'm just goofing right now. I want to try something. Place that there for now. And we'll take this and put it over here. And we take this. And we'll turn it around like that. Try it there. Oh, no, it's got to go over. Oops. This. All right, we're going to try it here. Okay. No, that's probably not going to work. Let's try it like this. Wrong button. Nope, not going to fit in there. There might be a way to finagle my way into that, but... goof my way in there. But I don't think that's going to happen. Like if I... No, yeah, as soon as I jump really high, and then I'm up here. That's a shame. I wanted to try that. I thought it would be fun to goof up in there. Anyway, 53% of that job, that's making me feel good. Let's go to home base here, and then real briefly, I will show you the AT-AT, and the so go here, 53% of that done. We switch to free play mode, Superstar Destroyer. Sure. This is the job. This is the Superstar Destroyer. I just really wanted to show you this for one thing that I thought was incredibly cool. I'm gonna get this cleaned first, then we can see what I'm talking about here. Look at how fucking cool this is. Look at how cool this is. We're on the bridge and just like, yes, this painting at the background here, it doesn't really move much. There's not much movement to it. It doesn't have to. Look how fucking rad that is. Oh, there you go. It's so fucking cool. Looks so fucking awesome. Let me see here. Let's go over here and clean this as well. They have a lot of great stuff happening outside of this deck and outside the hangars. Yes, there's just a lot of cool shit happening. It's just neat as hell. Look at this. This is beautiful. Yeah, get some ships flying around. Got some asteroids. It's just gorgeous. It looks fucking awesome. So job summary back to free play. And then the AT-AT. Yep. We'll just take a quick gander at the AT-AT. So obviously, this is a huge, dumb thing. It's just nonsense to have to clean this whole thing. This being the third job feels ridiculous to me. It just feels completely ridiculous. This is the third job you're doing. God, I love the ladders on the outside of these. Makes life so much easier to have that outside ladder. Great addition. But, like, it's just so big. It's fun to clean it. Like, clean the tops of this. It was enjoyable to do. But there's just so much to this goddamn job. I love the giant blast marks on the side. Yes, that is nice. And then also, these things don't get used enough in the game. So it is fun to get on these things and try to, like, figure out, like, how far you can get. And then, of course, if you go too high, you'll fly off of it. But, like, this is the stuff I don't love. Like, okay, so you have to get low enough and then also in enough to clean, like, here. I want to say these are new in 2. If they were in 1, they didn't get used enough. I'll say that. So I want to say that these things were new. That and this thing were new for 2. Oh, yes, I'm pretty sure. Because 1 just had scaffolding and ladders of various sizes. And then, of course, they had the various sizes of scaffolding. They added the ladder to the outside of the scaffolding, which is great. And then they added the these things and this thing, which sometimes really fucks up. This thing can be real fucked. I don't love, but I do like these. I do like the... But yeah, I don't know. The idea that you have to, like, get low and in, this is the thing that people didn't like about one of the other jobs, or in that goddamn working on the treehouse. I don't know. These things are pretty neat. I like them. They were good on that billboard when you had to clean the billboard in 2. That was helpful. Yeah, and that's the Star Wars pack for PowerWash Simulator 2. I'll give my we'll go quit the game and I'll give my final thoughts on it. Overall, I like PowerWash Simulator 2 a lot. I like PowerWash Simulator. My main point of contention with PowerWash Simulator 2 Star Wars pack is that while it is helpful, or it is nice, I should say, that there's more, the jobs are big, and there's 6 jobs and they're big because of the price you're paying for the pack is more than other packs. I think the jobs are too big, and there are too many jobs that are too big. I would have loved to see, like, one more job that was at the level of the X-Wing. And one less job that was the Millennium Falcon, the AT-AT, even the first job, even the farm. That was just like a lot to clean there for a thing that probably didn't need to be that. I think the bar was perfect for its amount of junk to clean, the cantina. Yeah, so some of them I'm really happy with. Obviously, I haven't finished the Millennium Falcon. You watched me start it. I haven't finished that. I will finish at some point. Let me clean... Yes, the Land Cruiser. I think that's... maybe the Land Cruiser was a different thing. TIE Fighter would have been easy pick. Yeah, Lashbrook, I think a garage full of vehicles could have been an easy thing. Smaller vehicles like the a bike, a speeder bike. We didn't clean a pod racer. Like, I know there could be Star Wars Pack 2 with all of this, but you know, like, let me go to a garage and clean some smaller vehicles. I think that's called the Land Cruiser, the vehicle that Lord Grashton mentioned. I think that's what that was called. But there are vehicles to clean that would have been fun. We didn't clean C-3PO. I thought for sure we would have cleaned C-3PO and R2-D2. There was a droid that needed cleaning, but I thought it'd be them. We didn't. You know, you could get real dumb. You could clean Darth Vader's spare helmet. I don't think he has one. There could be some silly things doing there. Yes. But I still had fun with it. I hope you had fun tonight. Now, Thursday's stream will be the next time that I see you. I will be wrapping up this the company brand. The brand is called 4D. It's not in 4 dimensions because it doesn't travel through time. But we got this Squirtle that I've been making a model kit of, this Papercraft Squirtle, and it turns out it's excellent, and it's surprisingly rad as hell. So I'm gonna finish that up on Thursday and start something new. I have been informed that I should be expecting a model kit tomorrow off my Amazon wish list. So thank you to Chris for that. I will be taking a look at that tomorrow. Hopefully it'll come tomorrow. But I'll know. So it seems like I don't have to run a poll for my patrons about what I'm doing next. Where should we go? You know, we did do this not too long ago, but let's go back over to Giant Bomb Forever. Giant Bomb Forever. Right now, the Zelda Scramble. Will we in this video hear Dan Reichert say that's not supposed to be there? Which he did a lot of, and eventually started to weed off of saying it. It was very funny every time he said like that. That's not where you're supposed to be, which is very funny. We'll see what happens. You know, Abby's there. It's always great to see Abby and Alex and Dan. So come along on this raid for some old Giant Bomb times. Come back on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern for me finishing up a cool Papercraft kit. We got to build a tail for a Squirtle and then the base that it stands on, which is waves. And that'll just be cool as hell. Thanks so much for being here. I hope to see you again on the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.